Hello everybody, Mr. Pilgrim here, coming at you with the 5th video in our Platinum Trophy Guide for Eliza P. In the last video we had gone through the Malum District and taken on the Black Rabbit Brotherhood, and now we've made our way through and are at Rosa Isabella Street to go and take on the King of the Puppets. Now along the way there is going to be a bunch of puppets of course, and there is going to be at least one actual human enemy to fight, so I will show you guys when and where that happens and what weapon to use best when fighting said enemy. Like always, I'm going to go through and show you guys just the important stuff. I will show a minor NPC quest in this video that we can start. Side note, I completely forgot to show you guys where to use that Trinity key in the last video. So for the sake of things, we're going to do that. So what you basically want to do is at the St. Frangelico Cathedral, depending on which one you want to go to, I recommend the Cathedral Library as it's the closest to the Trinity door. Alright, so from this Stargazer right before Father Andreas, you're going to want to simply backtrack through the cathedral to find the Trinity door. It is a lot easier than trying to go from a previous Stargazer through the area. I just think it saves some time because you don't have to directly deal with the giant electric ball, but you're already behind it, which is pretty much where you have to go anyways. Now, I do apologize for not including this in the previous video, but I will try to upload this video and the previous one within the same day. That way you guys don't miss out on that and comment about it. But from here, you're going to just simply want to work backwards. You can run past pretty much most of the enemies. Here you can just roll through that breakable wall. Then coming down here, as you'll see, we'll be right at the door. Take care of these enemies, and then just right here you'll find the ladder you can climb up to the Trinity door. Now do be careful, you do have to deal with another electric ball. And here you'll find the door. Once again inside you'll find a safe with, I believe, some quartz and another outfit. Oh no, it was a black cat amulet and the monster sweeper hunting apparel. But now we can head back to the Rosa Isabella Street. Alright, so here in Rosa Isabella Street, like I said, you're mainly going to be facing puppets. Now, from here, you're going to just follow this path, head off to the left, and take another left, and here you'll be at a window with a old lady. She'll ask you to bring her some wine, and because we're a good person, we're going to do so. Now, from here, we can just continue along the actual main path of the area. Coming here, we're going to head off right down this little alleyway, then take a left. Now coming inside this building here, you're just going to want to run in and take this first door on the right to drop down to the lower area. In here you'll find a bunch of baby puppets, and the first thing you want to do is head upstairs, and here you'll find a Legion plug. Then we can drop back down and head down the second set of stairs to be on the bottom floor. Now once outside, we can follow this path around and all the way down. Now do note that there are two new enemy types in this area, ones with guns and ones that throw bombs at you. Try and take out the ones with the guns first because they can be the most annoying, as the bombs only throw them in sets of 3. So they'll throw one, wait a second, throw one, wait a second, throw one, wait a second, and then there'll be time between. Now, in that chest, as you'll see, we've gotten our first weapon of the area. Not first weapon, but weapon of the area. Coming down into this theater here, we have a NPC boss that we're going to fight and deal with, the White Lady.
I dedicate this performance to my sister Adelina.
As you'll see, you can actually get right behind her at the start of the fight. If you're having trouble fighting her, it's very easy to just simply strafe to the right, and she doesn't really do much about it, as you can see.
You stole my sister from me, rotten puppets.
So if you don't want to fight her like actual normal, just simply strafe around to the right. As you can see, she also likes to bait you into parries. We're just going to do a dance of sorts. As you'll see, the acidic crystal spear does wonders on human enemies, especially once you build up that corruption. But I'm just going to cheese this as much as I can.
You stole my sister from me.
Once you defeat her, you'll get the White Lady's locket and the White Lady mask. Now you don't get her attire, of course, we can get that much later. But from here, we can now head up and find our next Stargazer. There is a shortcut you can unlock back that way to the previous area. But from here, we'll have our next Stargazer, and we have our next NPC quest that we can do, and that is for Julian right here. He will ask us to find his wife's belongings, and we will gladly do so. Now from here, you can switch back to the electric coil stick. So I'm now going to show you guys where to go and what to do from here. So starting out here, we're going to take a side path to get an additional quartz while we're here. So heading into the sewers is the main path, and following this around, you can eventually head down and around. As you can see here, following this, if you just continue straight and drop down, do be careful of an ambush immediately as soon as you land, so roll. Then coming onto this area here, we will eventually end up in a small little side tunnel that has a chest that contains the quartz. As you can see right here, and then just back here inside this chest is the quartz. Now from here, if you head up this ladder, it just leads back to where we fought the White Lady and can lead right back to the Stargazer. So now we can continue along the actual main path and do the side quest for Julian. Now I will say I'm also going to just run past a majority of the enemies in the next area. So do keep that in mind, as it does make life a little bit easier for you guys. So once again, come into the sewers. And instead of taking that straight path, we're going to turn right. Upon exiting, do be careful of an ambush waiting in the puppet in the back there. Now coming up this ladder, if we actually turn around to the left, you can see that unlocks the first shortcut back to that original Stargazer we started from. Then if we follow this path up and around, as you'll see here, if you come inside of this building right here, you'll find a safe, which will have, I believe, a new frame for us. Yes. Now from here, if we head down the stairs, and just on the right is the quest for Julian.
Found it. The black dress.
And then from here,
It's just a
if we actually come back here, we can open up a second shortcut back to the original Stargazer of Rosa Isabella Street. Now coming into here, you have a new enemy type using a flamethrower. Like I said, I'm just going to run past all the enemies in this area just to save on time. Do be careful of giant flaming puppet balls. You'll grab a advanced crank along the way. And we're just going to run past all of these guys so we can grab our next Stargazer to make life a little bit easier for us. We're also going to run past this mad clown puppet mini-boss. That was a little scary. But coming up here will be right outside the Estella Opera House. Hopefully I can get this in time. Of course not. Oh well, we're just going to purposely die. Alright, so like I said, now we're going to actually head back and take on that little clown mini-boss, now that we have the Stargazer located right next to him. He's not a terrible boss by any means. As you'll see, he goes down kind of easy once you are familiar with his moveset, of course, but don't let that fool you. He can still be kind of tough. But just like that, he'll go down and you'll get yourself some quartz. Basically, as much quartz as you can get throughout your playthrough, the better, because there is a trophy tied to getting your P organ to Phase 5. So just getting to Phase 5 will get you that trophy. So now we're going to finally be heading into the Estella Opera House. Like always, I'm going to show you guys everything that you're going to need to know, what to do, where to go, what to grab, all that good stuff. Alright, so now heading into the Opera House, we're going to first start a small NPC questline. It's not really a questline, it's more or less just an interaction, but still, you'll want to come up the right set of stairs and then take another right, coming up to this upper area here. If you follow this around, and then you'll have this doorway right here you can head through. Now before going to the NPC, if you go off to the right, you'll find a chest with a disruption cartridge. Disruption is a status effect that if it fills up all the way, you instantly die, so be careful. Now coming over here to the opposite side, you will find Adelina. Now basically what you want to do is simply give her that apple that we had purchased from Paul and Dina after giving him the Krat supply box. Now from here we can continue on the main path. So now if we head back down and then head across to the left-hand side, we can proceed into the actual opera house. Coming through this hallway, you'll eventually have a staircase on your right. And then if you take a left and head into this first door here on the left, you'll find a chest hidden at the end. This will have a new amulet for us, the Technique amulet. Coming back here, you should have a new safe that you can open up right here. With a new weapon, the exploding pickaxe. Now, following this along, right at this doorway, you'll want to take a left and head up the stairs, and this will create a shortcut back to the opening. But we're not quite done yet before we take on the boss. If you come into this room with this swinging chandelier, you'll see we have a Trinity door, which we do not have a key for, and then there is a area on the right. So from here, you're going to want to exit and then take a right. Here you'll have that shortcut door that you can open up. Coming in here, there will be a small ambush, but inside you'll find another safe that you guys can open. And this will have the incredible Vanini collection. You can give this to Pulcinella, and he will now sell more items for us. One of them being a very important amulet, the Carcass amulet, which allows us to do more damage to corpses. So from here, if we head on up and follow this pathway down, you'll see that there is this ladder here, but hold on before heading down. If you immediately come into this room and swing around, you'll see a hidden ladder leading up to another chest. Inside, you'll find our next cryptic vessel, which I will show you guys exactly how to solve after we do everything. So now we come down here and come down these ladders just because, and you'll find another butterfly outside, but be careful of an ambush of 2 gun-wielding puppets. So now that we're back outside, we can reset and then go take on that boss. But that is pretty much all of the Opera House done. And now you can just head on through. Like always, I'm going to use a Spectre just to make my life a little bit easier. Also be careful not to get hit by the chandelier. As always, I'm going to let the cutscene play out for you guys. So now we have the King of the Puppets. Like all puppets, though, he is weak to electricity. Around half health, he'll kind of have this little temper tantrum. If you are close enough to him, it won't really hit you at all. As you'll see, this first phase goes down pretty easily. Alright, now we have Romeo in phase 2, the king of the actual king of the puppets. Just like before, he is weak to electricity, so you don't have to change any weapons. Around half health, he will buff his weapon with fire, so keep that in mind. Do note you can knock him out of his combo that he does. It's like 7 chained attacks. But just like that, we will have taken down Romeo, king of the puppets. But we're not quite done with this video just yet. Like I said, we're going to finish Adelina's quest and get another record, but first things first that you want to do is simply go all the way back to the Rosa Isabella Street culvert, and we'll finish Julian's quest as well. Alright, so back here we can finally return the ring that we picked up to Julian.
Oh man, others lie.
Now, the next lie that you'll tell him is you'll want to say that you saw the message she left you.
She was even.
This will get us a new gesture and his wedding ring. Then from here, we're going to actually head back to the Opera House and get the new record from Adelina. So once outside the Opera House, what you're going to do is just, like I said, I'm going to go back up to her, and you'll find that she has sadly passed away from the petrification disease, but she had left us a record. So all you have to do is run upstairs to where she was. As you'll see,
There's another record.
and then you'll also get her locket. So now we can return to the hotel to finish off everything else. What we want to do is come and see Antonia. There will be a small cutscene, and then she'll ask you a question, and of course we have another lie. The lie is, of course,
Yes, I hope you're...
as you'll see. Now the next line that we can tell is actually going to be for Paul and Dina, as you'll find a note left for us. You can find him here just outside.
Welcome. I have no thus.
Now the next lie we're also going to tell him is pretty much by showing him the wedding ring,
I have. If I may thank you.
as you'll see. Now from here we can give the supply box to Pulcinella. As you'll see, add shop goods. Now while we're here, you also are going to want to, I would recommend buying the acid grindstone. You're also going to want to buy the tyrant murderer weapon, which we just unlocked, and then the carcass butcher amulet. Now if you want to, you can also get a liner for yourself to upgrade your defense as well. And then if we come over here to Vanini, we can have him decipher another cryptic vessel for us, which I will show you guys where that is in just a moment. Now, like I said, whenever you can, if you happen to have any Legion plugs or anything, by all means, go ahead and craft another Legion arm. And then we're going to continue upgrading our puppet string. So from here, I'm going to show you guys where to find that cryptic vessel and how to actually get it. So if you come all the way back to the Sarasani Alley in Act 1, I will show you guys where to go to find the cryptic vessel location and get the item. Parade Master boss fight. If you actually turn around and head in the direction I'm going to show you, we will find the item. Now do note you will need to use a emote or gesture just to get the item, which is a little clever but also a little confusing. So running past all these enemies here, you'll come over here, and it's right here at this spot that you'll want to go into your bag and use the check the ground emote, as you'll see. And upon doing so, you'll get the Atoned Hunting apparel and a Legion caliber for your troubles. So, now that all that is said and done, this has been Mr. Pilgrim. I do hope that this video and these guides have been helpful or informative in any way, shape, or form. As always, I will see you all in the next video for Lies of P.